Hello, my name is Paul Miners, and welcome to my 2023 annual review. Now, historically, at the end of each year, I've published a summary of how I spent my time that year, and I've published that on my blog. But this year, I wanted to do something slightly different. In keeping with the same theme in terms of looking back at the year and thinking about what I'm happy with, and also looking forwards and thinking about what do I want to achieve next year. But this year, I thought I would put it into a video. Hopefully it's interesting. And if you have any questions, comments, or even feedback for me, I'd love to hear it. Feel free to leave me a comment below. So I'm going to start by talking about a couple of achievements and things that I'm happy with that I did this year. And I'm actually going to be really honest. I didn't accomplish all that much this year. I didn't achieve lots of, big milestones. I didn't release any new products or courses. I didn't take a big radical change or pivot in my business. I actually just continue to refine and improve on what we already do. And you know what? I'm actually really happy with that. This is kind of what I've been doing for the last couple of years, is staying focused on our core service and offering, helping clients with Asana and Pipedrive primarily, and just trying to get better at doing that as well as we can. And I think that shows in the numbers. My company profit is up about 18% year to date, which I'm really happy with. And I think that just goes to show the power of staying focused, saying no to opportunities and ideas that you think, yep, that would be really cool, and just actually doubling down and improving on what you're already doing and making that as good as you can. I get asked quite often, are you going to expand into other tools and services? Are you going to support Monday and ClickUp and HubSpot and Salesforce? And I always tell people no, because number one, we have enough work with supporting clients on Asana and Pipedrive already. And I'd rather just offer support on what we use every day. I feel like if I offered support on something like HubSpot, a tool that I don't use, I'm not going to be the best person to actually help you because I don't use the tool. I'd rather stay true to what I use and help you with the things that I and my team use every day. So this year I've continued to refine how we deliver support. A few months ago I hired a friend of mine here in New Zealand to help on the Pipedrive consulting side. Previously we only had one other expert besides myself, so that's been great to just take some of the workload off my plate. I also updated my Master Asana and Master Pipedrive video courses with new lessons and new content as those tools have been updated. And besides that, I do want to talk about a couple of notable achievements and things that I look back on this year that I'm really happy with. Firstly, at the start of this year, I began reselling Asana and Pipedrive subscriptions. This means you can now actually buy your license for these tools through me. And as a reseller, we have our own margins, so we can offer our own pricing, and we usually give people a discount for purchasing through us. This is a brand new revenue stream for the business, and it's different to how we earn money previously, where we get paid a commission. With reselling a license, it is a lot lower margin because we have to pay for the subscription to Pipedrive or Asana, but often it's much higher revenue. So it's been fun kind of getting this new revenue stream up and running, getting the automated systems in place, and I'm really looking forward to next year because we're going to be renewing licenses next year. And as we sell licenses that renew year after year, this is actually strengthening the business as a whole. On a personal note, my wife and I, we began building a new house for our family this year. We actually purchased a piece of land about 18 months ago, and it's been a long waiting game, waiting for the working drawings to get done, waiting for the consent from council, the resource consent. But at last, about a month or so ago, we finally broke ground. So we've actually started the construction now, which is really exciting after waiting all this time. And we're looking forward to, hopefully, fingers crossed, moving in towards the end of next year. But that's certainly occupied a lot of my mental capacity as we've had lots of decisions to make. And I've got to be sort of thinking ahead to the financing of the build and how that kind of fits in with the business and goals as well. And lastly, I'm just really happy with the balance that I've achieved this year between work and my personal life. I work about 35 hours a week, and because I start my day early, about 6:30 in the morning, I'm usually done by about sort of 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I've got time to hang out with the kids, go to the gym and do what I need to do. So really happy with the balance this year, especially as I've brought in and grown the team a little bit more. And I think that, again, is evidence of focusing on improving the systems, just doing what we already do better, more efficiently. I've sort of started to feel that more and more this year on just in terms of that work-life balance. And so with that, let me talk about next year and kind of explain what I have in mind in terms of future improvements and projects. And this might sound, again, really boring and unexciting, but that's fine. But really next year, my goal is more of the same. Just again, keep improving, keep refining the processes and doing what we do already better and more efficiently. More specifically, I do have a couple of projects and things I'm starting to think about now that I'd like to achieve next year. Firstly, I'm planning to separate out the consulting part of my business into a brand new brand and website. Since starting my business, I've been operating under the paulminers.com domain and brand. I'm very much a sort of personal brand still. And my goal or my intention is take the Asana, the Pipedrive, the Zapier consulting that we do, put that under a new brand, a separate website. I'll keep paulminers.com and my videos and my blog and all that going, but I just want to create a little bit of separation between the two, just so that I can have the foundation in place to step back a little bit more, grow the team a little bit more, and make the business a little less dependent on me. Secondarily to that, I plan to continue to grow the team. I think there's a couple of roles I need, probably a new salesperson or a sales team, a couple of people who can do sales calls. I'm still the one actually doing all of the sales in the business, and I think there's an opportunity to bring one or a couple more people in to and fill that sort of role. I also think I'm probably going to need some kind of COO type role to help with more of the operational side of the business, and that's just going to free me up so that I can then put more time into the things that I'm good at or the things that I want to spend time on. For instance, making videos, updating my courses, focusing on the business as a whole, and again, continuing that process improvement and refinement. And finally, and again, on a personal note, a big focus and priority of next year will be doing our house build and hopefully again moving in by the end of next year. I think that's going to be a pretty tight time frame to try and achieve, but we'll give it a go. But that's certainly going to require a decent amount of time and again mental bandwidth as we continue to work on that. And so that is my pretty simple, not that exciting annual review. But what I tried to get across in this video is that you don't have to achieve lots of big things each and every year. Sometimes, as I've said, just improving and refining what you're already doing is fine. That's what I've done this year. That's what I continue and plan to continue to do. And I don't know, maybe that's not very exciting, but it's working well for me and I'm happy with it. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please leave me a comment below. And this is probably going to be my last video of the year. If you've watched my videos this year, if you've supported me, I just want to extend a massive thank you for the support. It really does bring me a huge amount of joy and satisfaction when I get your comments and people tell me, thank you for the video, it's really helped me. That's why I do this. So thank you unconditionally for all the support. Have a wonderful holiday season with your friends and family, and I will see you in 2024.